Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Next Week's Comics here on Bad Comic Reviews live streams. How's everybody in the chat doing? I see Tall Person, Random American, Evil One, Gorok. How you guys doing? Anything exciting going on in your world? Because it's boring in mine. All right. We got some interesting articles today. Quite a few of them, too. Hey, Della. Hey, Oki. Which means awesome. Nice. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. All right, let me sort a few technical things out here on the back end of this, and we'll get started. Hey, Shroom. Hey, Griffin. Hey, Stargazer. How you guys doing? Doing good fighting off Albion gnats at work. Yeah, I got a huge fly in here. Like, this thing is massive. And I'm afraid it's going to attack me because it tried to eat my food earlier, and I did not approve of that. Hey, Evolved. How you doing, man? Hey, Raziel. All right. I'm almost ready here. Sorry I'm a little late. Things got a little complicated, and I had to kind of rush at the last minute. Oops. Yeah, I had some cold pizza. It was not delicious, by the way. And, yeah, it wanted that. I was like, you want cold, day-old Little Caesars? Something wrong with your stomach. But there's definitely something wrong with mine after eating it. DC Comics coming up releases for the 18th. Oh, I should probably tweet out that I'm live so people know. Those of you that paid attention already knew, but not everybody's probably looking. So, yeah, it's been a long day. I did go to the comic shop today, which was cool, but I didn't get to pick up everything, so I'm hoping to go on Saturday for free comic book day, but I don't really want to stand in line. It's supposed to be kind of hot. And I'm kind of lazy and kind of broke, but they're going to have a bunch of dollar boxes out too, so I might go check that out just to see if I can get any cool stuff off my list. All right, good enough. Let's get into this. Little Caesars for the prices, but yeah, it always messes with my gut though, and this stuff's terrible for you. I've been trying to eat better, which is really hard because everything that's good for you is disgusting. So the area is very humid. Yeah, we got real bad humidity here too. We only have all night. The flies eat feces, so Little Caesars on par with that. Yeah, pretty much. That's really kind of how I felt afterward. So here's DC's lineup for next week. We got a Stupid Clown Hunter one shot. Man, this character is fucking irritating. He's stupid looking too. He's just got some little kid's bike helmet that he got at Walmart on. He's got a batarang on a baseball bat. This is lazy character design. He's obnoxious on top of that. So fuck that. What do they want for this? Like $5? DC is really going down the shitter fast. Yeah, $5 for that garbage. For this lazy ass character. Written by Rosie Campy. Oh, that's art. Ed Brisson. He's kind of hit and miss for me. I've never heard of that artist, though. Batman Catwoman is an Elseworlds title, and it's written by Tom King, so he could go fuck himself. Even though it's got the Phantasm, he's going to make it all mopey and boring. And his weirdo diary about Batman and Catwoman's relationship. It's really just him having mommy issues. That dude's messed up. Vegetables are disgusting, but unfortunately, I'm at that age where you got to start eating them anyway. So you better build up a taste for them because the older you get, the shorter your lifespan gets if you don't start eating them. Jack, don't you know, according to the USDA, pizza is a perfect nutritional food. Thus, frozen preservatives. Oh, yeah, that's kind of true. but not as young as I used to be, and that shit makes me feel weird. Catwoman cover looks good. Yeah, it does. That's Jolie Jones, or yeah, Jolie Jones, something like that. She's a really good artist. Beef, mushroom, bell peppers, onions, tomatoes, seasoned with chili powder. Well, you're making me hungry again. I'm not even a big fan of most of those ingredients, but a leftover chef salad, leftover meatloaf, and leftover roasted potatoes for dinner. Oh, that sounds good. Just die early. Yeah, you're really cutting out the diaper years, but I'd like to see 50. About 10 years past the time you should have started the veggies. Yeah, probably. Probably about 20, but better to start eating healthy now than die of a heart attack at 50. Y'all just don't know how to cook. That's a fact. I am a really terrible cook. That's what women are for. Blue and gold. I'm going to pick this up. I like Booster Gold and the Real Blue Beetle, Ted Cord. And this is written by Dan Jurgens, so should be a good time. I got issue 1 sitting here. I haven't had a chance to read it yet. But it looked really solid, and that's a pretty cool cover. The Catwoman book, I would be reading this, but I just have no motivation. Like, the covers are really cool, but since Jones left, I don't really care. I've got a bunch of, like, issues 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think, sitting around. But I haven't read them. They're in a stack somewhere. They're in one of my boxes. Low priority. And they just got pushed aside. So eventually I'll get to them. And maybe then I'll get back into Catwoman. But I don't know. I just kind of lost interest in it. And the new writer that they've got on the book doesn't seem very good. Seems like kind of some feminist rag. It's Ram V. He's very mediocre to me. The Gotham City Monsters, I don't care about. That's a graphic novel, but I don't really give a shit. Nightwing, you have to do a Family Circus cover? Really? That's what this is. This is a Family Circus. If there were little dots everywhere, or dashes, it would just be a shitty Family Circus one. And I guess Dick's running for city council or mayor or something. It's Tom Taylor, so it's going to be PC trash. Scooby-Doo, that'll be fine, but I'm not going to pick it up. The kids' lines are usually pretty solid. The Shazam one looked pretty good. I've got issue 1, but I don't know if I'm going to get issue 2 or not. It looked like it's okay. Hey, Buster, how you doing? If it ain't grilled, right? Crap. Don't even need unhealthy food, just seasoned meat and grains with some veggies. Yeah, that's not bad. I had to cut out red meat, and that's not really a big loss for me, but it's not really helping anything. I do feel a little bit better because I used to eat a lot of red meat. It would kind of weigh me down. But yeah, I cut out the red meat so I could try and live a little healthier. And I mean very little because I still eat a lot of trash food. So I might get Shazam, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. That's going to be dumb. And that art is creepy looking. Nothing about this is attractive. It looks like some weird poster you'd see in a fetish shop in like 1920. Just getting over water poison? Huh. I drink a lot of water, almost a gallon a day. I try to. I feel a lot better after drinking a lot of water now. Superman and the Authority. I don't have water right now, obviously. I'm drinking Coca-Cola. My Mexican Coke got back in stock. I'm not reading this. The Authority should be in its own universe. What's with the lazy Mr. Fantastic hair, huh? Superman red and blue, I don't care about. It's just another cheap sales gimmick to play up the black and white thing. The Flash I'll probably pick up. I've been reading that recently, and it's pretty good. So they're getting Wally West back to being a hero, finally, so I'll get that. Not pictured here is Legends of the Dark Knight, number 4. I'll pick that up. So from DC, I'm just getting Blue and Gold, Shazam number 2, Flash 778, or 773 rather, and Legends of the Dark Knight number 4. Can't read my own damn handwriting. And that's 4 books, but that's the most of any publisher that I'm going to get this week. So kind of sad, really. I think they came in illegally. Hey, Merle. Hey, Frosted. How you doing, man? All right, on to Image. Ascender, don't care. That art's shit, too. Compass, don't care. Department of Truth, not that cool. It's just PC nonsense shit. And it went from a mini. I guess this is a replacement number 6th printing. Yeah, more like you only had like 5,000 on your first printing and slowly sold more from there. Home, I believe, is about illegal immigrants with superpowers. So original. Look at this shit art. What is this? This crap. So, yeah, Juan's raging because, he probably got deported again. Homesick Pilots, don't care. Not very good. Jupiter's Legacy, probably fine if I had read the other stuff, but I read one of the books, turns out, but I don't remember which one. And when they redid them for the Netflix series, they changed all the naming to just Jupiter's Legacy. And I don't remember which one I read, so I haven't bothered to look into them from there, but I've heard good things. Lazarus Risen, don't care. Maneaters, that's that stupid one about girls that turn into werecats when they get their period. I'm good. The extra salted food because it just gets overwhelmed by the water and causes headaches. Jesus. Chicken and cauliflower rice casserole. Oh, that sounds good. Well, I can't cook, so I have a hot plate, so I don't have a stove, so it makes it harder to cook. And I'm lazy. Noctera, I'll wait for the trade. I read the first couple issues and it's fine, just slow paced. Just wait for the trade paperback. Radiant Black had the same thing, but it really pissed me off. There were 8 pages of eating oatmeal with his dad in one issue. Complete fucking waste of time. Second Chances, don't care about. Time Before Time has shit art and boring story. Two Moons, I read the first couple issues of that. It wasn't bad. It's a mini series. I think it's 5 or 6 issues. And it was about this guy whose name is Two Moons, but it's during the Civil War, and he adopted a more Western-sounding name, and it was acting as a scout for the Union when he comes across some supernatural shit going on and ends up in the middle of it. And he keeps seeing his dead grandfather, and he starts seeing him as like a werewolf and shit. It's pretty interesting stuff. Walking Dead, fuck off. You got enough of my money, Kirkman. So the Two Moons trade paperback, I'd get it if I didn't have the issues laying around. So, because I thought it was pretty interesting. Lazy might have more to do with the cooking than having the hot plate. That, sir, is a hate fact. Oh, you didn't like the Netflix series? I heard good things. Yeah, the fact that I'm lazy is aside from the fact, and yeah, it's mostly that. I'll grant you that. Plus, I really don't know how to cook very well, so usually my little cooking efforts go a bit awry, and then I get frustrated and I give up. I had to boil water 4 times this year. Jeez. Damn, that's messed up. I usually drink bottled water because I don't really trust tap water either. Mostly because I've seen the guys that work on it, and I'm like, you guys look dirty. I live in a tool shed. I got an electric stove, toaster oven, and crock pot for indoor cooking, charcoal grill. Oh, nice. Yeah, I have a little hot plate, and then I've got a toaster oven, and I've got an air fryer, but I haven't had a chance to really use that too much because I have a mini fridge, and I don't have anywhere to really wedge anything, so cooking sucks. Let's see. Dark Horse. So nothing from Image. Dark Horse. I am all over the place today. I'm sorry. Avatar sucks. Stupid movie. Black Hammer, don't care about. Castlevania, Art of the Animated Series. That would be really cool if you're a big fan of the show. It's $40 for the hardcover, though. The trade paper, I'm sure there'll be a trade version of it, paperback. But it's probably worth it if you really like the show. Crimson Flower, don't care. Critical Role, I don't give a shit about Critical Role. I think it's suck a nutsack. EC Archives, MD, that would be pretty cool, actually. But it's $50. It's a little bit out of my realm, and I'd only read it once. Avatar, a.k.a. Fern Gully. Fern Gully with people with the internet. Blue kitty cats with internet access. That's what that was. I hate that movie so much. Kabuki Omnibus is probably pretty cool if you were a Kabuki fan. It's only $30. Killer Queens looks fucking dumb. Check out this stupid ass cover. Like, what is this pose even supposed to be? And then he's got both. I think that's a dude, but both the sides of the head shaved. That mohawk does not look cool on this person, especially because it looks like they're trying to hide a fart. And it looks like they're laying down. So this is some cutesy feminist bullshit or whatever. Putting the sass in assassin, tee-hee? Fuck off. Stupid shit. Fucking dumb. Dancing. Yeah, it might be dancing. Wow, $50. Nice. You got a radiator and a metal hubcap? No, I'm not quite homeless. I'm just working on it. Practicing. I think they are frosted. I think they are. We should let them know that on the internet. Or needs to work out perspective and anatomy, not just perspective. That human beings don't flex that way. Here's the alternate cover. Check this out. Oh, so strong and independent. Hope she doesn't queef on him. Jeez. Oh, look, it's subverting expectations. So original. Like this hasn't been done 1,000 times in the last 5 years. Oh, it's David Boer. That's what you get, I guess. Rangers of the Divide, cool name, but not a very interesting book. Savage Hearts, don't care. Harrow County, don't care. What, Michael? What's Michael? That's like kid art or, anime that I would think would be aimed at a younger person. Fine. I don't know. It's probably okay. Yeah, it's for young readers and old. Yeah, so this is a kid's book. Fine. It's probably okay. So nothing in Dark Horse that I'm picking up. IDW, Bermuda, don't care. Godzilla's garbage. Star Wars Adventures is probably okay. The IDW one tends to be fine. High Republic's trash. This is just slightly less trash than what Marvel's doing. So nothing from IDW either. Get down to Marvel and you got Black Cat. Not buying that. Gamma Flight's stupid. Let's see. Guardians of the Galaxy's been really lame. Here's Reborn trade paperback. I'm not spending $35 on that. It was an okay crossover. It just wasn't. It had some laggy moments in the middle, but overall it was all right. Shockingly, one of the better miniseries that Marvel's done lately. Iron Man 11. I'm not reading that. Trash. Kang looks like garbage. The art looks like shit too. A whole bunch of variant covers for it. Tells you how good the concept's going to be if they have to whore out that many variant covers. I mean, look at that. That looks terrible. Look how lazy that looks. They couldn't even be bothered to put different faces on Thor and Mantis. And where's her little dealy boppers? And what the shit? This looks like he's having an erection. This should be down and under here, not on the front of his chin butt. This is trash. Look at the perspective on this is fucked up. Like, how is his head turned like that on this posing? God, that's lazy looking. I've seen interior art at Dynamite that's better than this. Nacha Bustos. I'm not familiar with the name off the top of my head, and I'm glad because this is garbage. And why does it look like he's got a Coke can stuck under his face? We're not going to talk about Gay Robin today. I'm going to save that for Friday because I got a couple longer articles. Hey, Assassin, how you doing? Thanks, man. Thanks for linking everything. Art by MS Paint? Yeah, no shit. I'm not reading that random. Where are their organs? Wait, I don't want to. They're in a jar somewhere. LARPing is homeless. Yeah. Are they still incorrectly counting units shipped to retail stores? Yep. They don't track what's sold. They just track what's shipped. Kang is a delicious part of your complete breakfast, but not the way they've been portraying him lately. So this is fucking garbage. How much they want for this? $5 for that? Fuck right off. wouldn't give you $5 for that. This is a variant cover, too. This one looks a little better. That looks more Alphonse Mucha inspired, but again, this shoulder is way too low, unless he's got a broken collarbone. That should be up higher so that you could draw a direct diagonal line, not whatever the fuck this is. Did somebody break his neck? I don't understand this. So and this eyeball thing, that's stupid. So that's boring. So I'm not reading that crap. Jackson Lansing is usually a pretty decent writer, but I'm not buying this shit. Marauders, I'm not buying that. It's the next book. Fuck the X-Men. Marvelverse graphic novel. Doctor Strange. This is a collection of some older stuff. Uncanny Origins number 12, Doctor Strange number 55, Marvel Adventure Superheroes number 5, and material from Strange Tales 126 to 127 and Marvel Fanfare 5. That's probably fine for $10, but I'm not going to get it. I'd rather just get facsimiles of the original issues, but maybe if it's perfect bound, but if it's stapled, that's not worth $10. Yeah, it's changing me to top chat all the time, too, when I'm not looking. Off topic and Back to the Future movies, did they change? I think they did that. Yeah, in E.T., they changed the guns to walkie-talkies, and it's really obvious if you watch the scene where they fly away and the FBI agents are in the front and the flying kids on the bikes are in the center. You can see they're waving their guns, but it's now walkie-talkies, and there's people with their fingers sticking out weird for no reason. And in Back to the Future 2, I think it was, there was this magazine that Marty picked up called Ooh La La, and it had the book hidden in it, or it had the cover on it for the almanac, because Biff didn't want him to get the almanac, so he put the cover on this girly mag, and he opens up the girly mag, and there's just a pinup of a chick in a bikini. Well, they've edited that scene out in some versions, and then they manipulated it in others. So that it makes no sense. You just see him pick up this magazine or the book, and then it cuts to something else. And then the other ones, they cut out the girly magazine or the pinup. So, yeah, those walkie-talkies were loaded. They were loaded with radio waves, which is very dangerous. You might get weird thoughts from George Norrie. So that's what they changed in Back to the Future. There were a couple other things I've heard, like they cut out scenes in some versions, but it kind of depends because those were broadcast versions for network TV, and Netflix has put those on before. Saving Private Ryan's with the guns changed walkie-talkies. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, so that's what that was all about. It was kind of one of those things that only eagle-eyed people would pay attention to. You know, if you're just kind of casually half watching it, you're not going to notice, but I think they cut that out of the theatrical release random. But yeah, so it's just one of those things that minor changes like that, little edits, they think they can get away with, and they usually do. So that's why I buy physical media, because screw that shit. I want my movies uncut. If I want the gosh darn fudge and oh darn it versions, I'll watch TNT. Beyond that, no. I want my swear words intact. No, that was a South Park version, Buster, of Saving Private Ryan. I think they did. I think the digitizing scenes were in the special editions. Now they're doing these Marvel Masterwork reprints, but they're trade paperbacks. So instead of $75 hardcover, you're getting an almost manga-sized $16 book with 10 issues in it. So these are a really good deal. I'm going to pick up the X-Men one. I missed the Spider-Man one. I wish I had it because I slept on that one. I had the chance to get it and I didn't do it. And it's sold out now. Fantastic Four are sold out. Missed that one too. And they're only $16. So if you want to read stuff from the 60s, this is a great way to do it. They're in this almost digest size. They're, let's see it. How big does it say how big these are on here? I don't want to measure. No, but it's smaller than a regular comic, but a little bit bigger than a manga. So slightly bigger than the average manga book, height-wise. So, and they're in color on really nice paper. So definitely going to pick that up. So I will buy this X title because it's not stupid like modern X-Men. No, not anymore, Oki. I've forgotten all about that. Started with colorizing classics. Yep. They would. You can find questionably sourced Blu-rays on the internets on eBay with the original uncut ones for like $30, but I would not advocate illegal piracy activity, even though they look completely legit. And they might be, I don't know. I've never purchased one because I'm lazy and cheap, and I have them on VHS. Miles Moore, but you're not wrong, Frosted. They would make a killing on that. Miles Morales, I don't care about. He's a stupid character. Moon Knight, that book was such a disappointment. I'm going to skip that. Some cool covers, though. Check these out. That's a pretty sweet cover. But it's just a very boring book. Did McNiven do this one? Yeah, Steve McNiven's a really good artist. That's a cool cover, too. But the story was fucking obnoxiously boring and weird. Jed McKay. Do better, man. Try harder. Sinister War, I don't care about. It's Nick Spencer. Spider-Man, he's a garbage person. Spider-Woman, I'm not interested in that. It could be good, but I've heard too many bad things and it didn't look very appealing. I'm real tired of the War of the Bounty Hunters 26-part series. I'm not buying it, okay? Just not doing it. The Marvels, nope, that's an attempt at a cash grab by tricking you into buying something based off of nostalgia like usual. Warhammer 40k Sisters of Battle, I'm not into that, but Inquisitor might be. Way of X, I don't care. There's Onslaught, oh boy. I don't care. Way of X, X-Core, I don't care. Trial of Magneto is starting up. Lots of variant covers, so you can really get hyped up for a second Trial of Magneto at $5 a crack. So from Marvel, I'm just getting the Marvel Masterwork paperback X-Men issue book thing situation type deal. And that's it. Dynamite, Barbarella. I've heard that's okay, but I don't really care about Barbarella that much. I might get it if it goes in the dollar bin. Dynamite, I don't really care. It's got Ash, though, so that it probably is okay. But the interior art's going to be shit. That covers it. It's okay, I guess. His face looks weird. It's probably fine. I don't know. I'm just not interested in zombie books that much anymore. Just you have to try a lot harder. Elvira meets Vincent Price signed Virgin, $50. Vincent Price didn't sign it. The artist did. Vincent Price's dead signature on it, maybe, but no. Sacred Six, don't care. Vampirella's really gone downhill. And I'm not giving you $89 for anything. So nothing from Dynamite. So you notice there's a shortening of the list. Oh, I'm sorry, Oki. Have some more Mexican soda. Thanks, man. I'm sorry I missed that. It doesn't make a noise or anything for me. I don't know. Most of the new 40k comics have been tearing down old characters and lore. Yeah, they're just boring. They're not exciting. Like, how do you turn something that's that action-packed and make it into, like, soap opera drama? It's boring. Good one, random. Boom Studios, Eat the Rich, don't care. It looks stupid. More politics nonsense. It's about cannibals eating rich people. Fucking dumb. Think it is anyway. Firefly, don't care. Power Rangers, I'll pick that up. It's been a pretty consistent title. Save Yourself, don't care. So Power Rangers. Toys, there's a cool Titanium Man figure. Check that shit out. It's $30 though. His head kind of reminds me of Manny Faces. Like if I spin this, do I get a human and a monster face too? So that looked pretty cool, but it's $30. Toys aren't worth that much money. So now we're on to comics and graphic novels from everybody else. So we've got Thousand Storms Don't Care, 1984, the graphic novel. Why? I can read the news. Although that might be good. Houghton Mifflin Company's doing it, so might be okay. And Bonnie Don't Care, Ancient Magus Bride Alchemist. That's too long of a title. Adventures of Bailey School Kids. I don't give a shit about the Bailey School Kids. Something Commonplace to Strongest. That sounds like porn. Arlo and Pips. That sounds stupid, and the art looks shitty. Asadora. Is that a dating sim? The Japanese Defense Forces have their hands full. Dealing with a mysterious creature that decimated. Oh, holy shit. Okay, that may be fun. I don't know. Assassin's Creed, don't care. Battle Angel Alita, Mars Chronicles. That could be fun. If you like Battle Angel Alita, that's probably fine. Beauty and Beast of Paradise Lost. Oh, getting a little melt in there. Okay. Not for me, though. Bell Dragon Clan one shot. I'll pick that up. I like the Bell stuff. It's okay. Zetascope's pretty solid. Betty and Veronica Jumbo Comics Digest. Sure, it's fine for what it is. Beyond the Breach, don't care. BB and something I don't care. That better be lesbian porn because it sounds boring. Black of Heart, trade paperback. That's a boring cover, so no. Blade Runner Origins, I'm going to pick that up. I like the Blade Runner stuff. Lots of variant covers, and anywhere from $4 to $5. So, first volume of it's in trade already, so that's pretty cool. Blubber, that's a stupid cover. No. Blue Period. If your periods are blue, ladies, go to a doctor. Box. This one sounded like it had an interesting premise. It's about a guy that can sometimes pull things out of the box that he needs. It's like a magic bag of holding kind of thing. And it suddenly produces items that he needs, but only sometimes. And then stuff starts going on around him, and he thinks people are after his box. Interesting premise, but I don't know how good it's going to be. I might take a chance on it, but not real sure. Broken Souls Ballad. I don't care. Looks dumb. Chainsaw Man. I've heard good things about this. It's only $10. I guess it's aimed at like high schoolers or something. But I heard it's a good book, but not really my thing. Sumerian Man-Eaters. I'll pick that up. I like the Conan stuff they're doing at Ablaze. Collected Toppy. I don't know what that is. It's $25 since volume 6, so I'm going to pass. Crisis Zone. The art looks like shit, so no. Damned Cursed Children. That's a little bit of a mouthful. No thanks. Death by Life. I'm going to pass on that. Dynamic Forces. Garbage. Oh, I'm going to give you $50 for your signature. Fuck off. Disney Cruella manga, no thanks. Eighth Immortal, no thanks. Elric, I am going to pick that up. There's some cool covers for this too. So I'll be pretty cool with any of these that I get. You get the Mike Mignola, Jesus. I can only think of Vic Mignogna, and I was getting the wrong mispronunciation. I don't much care for that cover. But this one's pretty cool. That's pretty badass. You got Stormbringer all covered in blood down here. Yeah, I sucked at the Assassin's Creed games. Like, I tried, and I was awful at them. Games Workshop destroying their fan base. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. They're in it for the money. And they're getting infested with the SJWs, too. But I like this cover quite a bit. It's pretty badass. The black and white works because he's actually an albino. And then you get the red in there. That looks really fucking cool. So I'm hoping for that cover. And then this one is okay because he's supposed to be kind of rough looking. But that's pretty well done. Very good detailing work on the armor here. So, yeah, I'm okay with the art on the covers. And it looks like it'll be pretty fun. So I'm going to pick that up and give it a shot. Exciting Comics, I'm going to skip. I wish that was a better series. Extraordinary, I don't care about. Lots of variant covers, too. Oh, the Pride variant. Let's look at the Pride variant. All they did was put this androgynous person with blue hair, because that's a gender, I think, now. Blue hair. Fucking dumb. Femforce, I might pick that up. I like the Femforce. They're just female superheroes. And they're kind of, they've been around for ages. I mean, they're almost on 200 issues, and they've been off and on for a while, but it reads like old comics, and at this point, I'll pick up a title that is mostly almost a jiggle title. At least that's kind of how it used to be, but it's got comic book action. There's action, peril, bad guys, good guys, just old school stuff. So I might pick that up. Four-Fisted Tales, Animals in Combat. That would be really cool, because there's some great stories of real life times when people had animals. There's a story of like a little, one of those little pocket dogs that they had in this group, and they got cut off, and their telegraph lines got severed. So the dog ran through a pipe carrying this cord to get to the other side, right through dangerous explosions and all this. And the dog was balls out brave. That was a really cool story. If you ever get a chance, I think Count Dankula did a Mad Lads on one of them. But there's some really cool stuff like that. So that could be interesting, but I'm not going to get it. American manga and anime shit. Usually, yeah. Fox and Rabbit. If that's a kid's book, it's probably fine. Go with Clouds North by Northwest. That sounds stupid. God of Tremors, one shot, no thanks. It looks weird. Gold Digger, I don't care. That's for American manga fans, and it's got kind of a very niche audience. Golden something, I don't know what that is. No thanks, manga. Goldilocks, Wanted Dead or Alive, hardcover. It's from Little Brown Book for young readers, so no, I'm good. Good Boy Magazine, that sounds like gay porn, so no thank you. Grim Universe Quarterly, Zodiac versus Death Force. I'm on the fence about this one, because I like the Xenoscope stuff, and this will be a larger size issue, but still $9. So I haven't decided if I'm going to pick that one up or not. $9 is kind of a lot for one issue. Although the last one I picked up with the Dragon Clan, that was like 64 or 72 pages, and it's pretty solid. I mean, you got a lot for your money. Four-Fisted Tales, is that some kind of furry shit? I'm assuming so. Hey, Spittle Buggy. Hey, Giovanni, how you doing? Heroes Union, I might pick this up because it's Roger Stern and Sal Buscema. So you got some classic talent working on it. And it sounds like more of a classic superhero kind of thing. More Silver Age looking, but it could be fun. So I might pick that up. It's only $5. It's not that much more than a Marvel book. And those guys have been around for a long time, so I'm fine with that. I'm fine with taking the risk on them more than any modern Marvel book. Hot Valley Days and Cocaine Nights. Well, that sounds like a fun weekend in Miami, but probably not going to read the comic. Hollow Heart, don't care about. John Carpenter, Night Terrors, Second Nature. That's probably fine, but it's $20 and it's trade paperback. I'm not risking that kind of money. Jonah and the Impossible Monsters, don't care. Junior High Horrors Walking Flu Vaccine Edition. Keen Spot, I'm sorry, I'm going to pass on that one. When they do these kind of political things, they're not very funny. They're very niche. If they did more stuff like Ninjas and Robots, I would definitely pick it up, but this stuff I'm not interested in. Hi, nobody. An anime company recently said they'd be translating their own work from now on, so it'll be done faster and less localization from less censorship for them. Oh, good. Good for them. What about Cocaine Night? That's the name of the book. Was Hot Valley Days and Cocaine Nights. Level 1 Demon Lord, One Room Hero. That's a long title, but I don't know. Seems kind of weird looking when I saw the cover. Like, dude in his underwear and, I don't know, a midget. And he's got a sword over here and trash everywhere. It's this book about a hoarder. So it's read by Tofu. So Tofu did it. I don't know if that's good or not. I don't know shit about that stuff. Yeah, it's what said. No, Night says it not Knight, but Night, as in nighttime. Party like a rock star. Super Club, stupid art. Magical History Tour, The Crusades. I'm sure that's not biased in any way. Marjorie Finnegan, Temporal Criminal. Again, probably has an interesting premise, but I'll wait for the $10 trade instead of giving you $20. The single issues. Mobile Suit Gundam. If you're into Gundam, I'm sure it's fine. Monday, don't care about. Monolith, don't care. Moths. I've heard this is okay, but again, artists, writers, and artisans, just wait for the trade and get it cheaper. Nightmare Before Christmas, Mirror Moon. I never got into Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't think I've even seen the whole movie. I think I've seen like 5 minutes of it. So, don't know really anything about it other than it looks boring. Ninjas and Robots, I'm absolutely going to pick this up. I love this book. I have no reason to love it, but it's so much fun. So over the top. Great book. I hope they release a trade of that. It's well worth my $5. Out of Body Experience. It's got kind of cool covers. It's a 4-issue miniseries. I might pick that up in trade, but it just didn't. Antarctic Press is so hit and miss. Psychotic. It's an autobiographical portrayal of psychosis and mental illness. I already have access to TikTok. Salmon is Talking Gun. That's interesting. No, thank you. School Zone Girls. That better be porn. Censor hardcover. The art looks weird. Serial. Stupid. Shit Show. Dumb title and was stupid. Shori's Diary. That sounds like dirty stuff. Slow Life in Another World. I wish. I think that's a weird translation, but it's volume 1. It's probably fine. I don't know. Stanley the Snowman. This is from the Scoot line. That's for little kids and stuff. It's probably fine. The Scoot line seems to be okay. Star Beast, don't care. Street Fighter Memorial Archive Beyond the World hardcover, $50. If you're really into Street Fighter, maybe. Beyond that price is going to keep a lot of people from getting it. Super Women in Love, don't care. Although there might be some scissoring action, strap-ons, I don't know. Kryptonite strap-ons. Sweat and Soap, that better be porn. Tether, Long and Lonesome Road, one shot. I don't really care. The Edge, I might pick this up. It's Second Sight. I've been enjoying a lot of their stuff lately. So I might pick that up. I don't know if I have issue 1. I can't remember. If I don't, I'm going to have to order it. Hey, Pete. How you doing, man? Couple decent songs. That's it. Yeah, like I said, I've never seen the whole thing. I'm sure I've seen less than 10 minutes of that movie. He survived Raccoon City and became a comic artist, apparently. How you doing, Pete? Like the animation. It's not a bad story, but it's overrated. They Fell from the Sky. Cool title, but the art doesn't look very good. Thigh High. That definitely sounds like porn. Something I can't pronounce. The art looks like trash. Valkyrie's Saviors. I'll probably get that. I got issue 1 floating around somewhere. It takes place in the Patriotica universe. So I've got those as well. That's got to get finished before I read the first issue of this one. But I'm going to pick this up anyway. Watcher I don't care about. That's the alternate cover. This one's pretty cool, actually. See, that's how you sell a comic book. Looks like stuff's going on in the background. You got some like fireworks and explosions. You got flames. Curvy hot chick with boobs. Yeah, that's how you sell a comic book. We Are the Rejected. That fuck off. Witch for Hire. Don't care. That sounds like some woke shit. Exo Manowar's trash. Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead. That's an interesting title. If you like zombie stuff, it's probably fine. So from the smaller publishers, I'm going to get Bell, Blade Runner, Sumerian, Elric, probably FemForce, maybe the Grim Universe one, Heroes Union, Ninjas and Robots. Absolutely going to get that. Edge 2, Valkyrie Survivors or Saviors, whatever it's called. Maybe that box book. And that's everything that's coming out. next week. It's really not a lot. I'm getting mostly indie stuff because the mainstream stuff's trash lately. A couple of Marvel or DC books, but only one Marvel trade paperback. Tits always sells, but not my man boobs. Yeah, I know the feeling. Good, man. Thumbs up. How are you? I'm fine. Doing all right. Glad you're doing good. Been busy. That's about it. Hey, Jim. How you doing? Good to disown you all. Yeah. Are we related? Yeah, exactly, Pete. Hot and badass. That's what every superhero should look like. They are fictional creatures. They are not real people. Stop trying to put your weirdo, I don't know, obsession with body on them. Just because you're fat doesn't mean the rest of the world needs to be. Fucking dumb. People are so weird. Your weird body issues are not the concern of everybody else. They just want to see beautiful people fighting bad guys, stopping bank robberies, shit like that, looking cool doing it. If I wanted to live my life, I'd go outside. What escapism, damn it. All right. Oh, thank you guys for keeping the likes up. I appreciate that. That's awesome. All right, let's get into some news. Some of this isn't actually all that bad. So it's not all doom and gloom like usual. We've got some interesting stuff here from Bounding into Comics. Underworld creator Kevin Giroux signs new publishing deal with Zenescope, announces Rise of Jinn series. See, Zenescope, they know how to make people look cool. Like, this looks badass. All right, you got this bird guy here. He looks fucking awesome. That's probably Marduk there, looking awesome. And then you got this chick with big knockers and a gun. I think that looks like Robbie Williams Jr. Robbie Williams III. I think that's his name. So the guy that created the Underworld movies signed a 3-book publishing deal with Zenescope. Not only did Giroux create Underworld, but he also starred in a number of films. He played the werewolf Rays, whatever. I think that's this guy. So the 3-book deal, we'll see Grevious's Dark Storm Comics and Media Company co-publish the titles alongside Zenescope. So the deal, I love the worlds that Joe and Ralph have created at Zenescope. But yeah, absolutely. They've been doing great work. Oh, fuck off with your ads. He continued, they're exciting and full of the kind of action and characterization that make comics great. I completely agree. I've known them for quite some time. We've been looking to do something significant together since we met. I think we found the right combination of ideas and properties that people will take notice of, with the end goal of turning them into memorable television and movie franchises. Well, everything in comics seems to be geared in that direction, sadly. But you know what? I like his work. I like Zenescope's work. I'm willing to give that a go. Zenescope co-founder and head of media development, Ralph Tedesco, also stated, we're thrilled to be working with Kevin on these new projects. He's a talented creator who has a fantastic track record of success. Yeah, the Underworld movies, they're goofy, but they're fun. They should not like 50-year-old X, right? My superhero is blind like Stevie Wonder. There's a cripple like Christopher Reeves and fatter than John Golden. Yeah, right? I could have been nice. Nice reference. Fat Feminist University. Yeah, oh my God, there's so many of them now, too. He has such a quiet confidence in his storytelling, and that's a rare trait. The first book to come out of the deal will be Rise of the Jinn. It's the first of 3 books that will be 36 pages. Wow. So it'd probably be $6, but I'm willing to pay a little more for an indie book, like I always say, because their expenses are a little higher. And you know what? They're trying hard. And I'm happy to help out a small publisher if their book is good. So I don't mind getting Second Sight's books. They've been pretty interesting, actually. They got this, I think they've got 6 titles out now. According to a press release from Zenescope, the book tells the story of Tamara Brazel, or Tamara, depending on who you ask. I dated a chick named Tamara, and then I met somebody and their name was Tamara. Whatever. I don't fucking care. A decorated police detective with stage 4 breast cancer and only a few months left to live. She learns she's the descendant of an ancient race of jinn and given the chance to unlock her newfound abilities. In turn, she must ally herself with one of these supernatural beings who needs her help in stopping a war between two ancient orders of jinn. See, now, that sounds like it might be interesting. The cover, that image looks badass. That Birdman looks fucking awesome. The other guy looks pretty cool. She looks pretty cool. Yeah, I'll definitely check this out. The official description reads, things could be... I don't give a fuck about that. She can only keep the power so long as she aids a pair of evil jinn bring an ancient jinn named Argon back to life to aid them in the coming war against the other jinn of the world. A war which could usher in an age of misery and strife for mankind. Yeah, the book will be $6, comes out in October. That looks like a pretty good... See, I see this cover, I want to buy this book because I want to know what's going on with this whole story. There's a bunch of blue people dressed like they're from the Middle East. You know, they're obviously jinn. This looks interesting to me. It's got some sense of peril and action. Yeah, that other cover was badass too. I'm absolutely going to check this out. This actually looks like comics. Did you date that bitch from Sister Sister? No, she was white. She was from South Carolina. She had a little accent and everything. She was like 7 years older than me at the time too, because I was in my 20s and she was in her mid-30s. She was fun. So yeah, I'm definitely going to check this out. I thought it was cool that the guy from Underworld that created Underworld, giant fucking fly. Sorry, I got distracted by the fly. If he says help me, I'm out of here. I thought it was cool that the guy that created Underworld is teaming up with a small publisher like Zenescope, when his reputation and that franchise would be enough to get him a deal with like Marvel or DC on their creator-owned stuff. So it was really cool that he went to Zenescope instead. I'm really happy about that. So yeah, we'll definitely check this out to support that endeavor. Also from Bounding into Comics, come on, computer, you can do this. Hold on. Uh-oh. Okay. Is this working yet? All right, there we go. Things you could do with the ancient jinn. Yeah, no shit. Get chicks good and wasted. All right, so also from Bounding into Comics, Chuck Dixon, prolific Batman writer. He wrote some of the best Batman stuff back in the 90s. DC was where it was at when Marvel fell apart. Right around the time Image started up, Marvel started going downhill. And DC picked up a lot of good writers like Chuck Dixon and Doug Monk. And they did some amazing stuff in Batman. I wasn't a huge fan of the Nightfall storyline, but Chuck Dixon made it tolerable. Are you breaking stuff? Just the internet. And hi, Pinkello. How you doing? So Chuck Dixon explains why politics do not belong in comic books, and I could not agree more. John Trent wrote this one. John seems like a nice guy. I watch his stream every now and then. He does comic book streams on Bounding into Comics' YouTube channel. Check him out if you get a chance, if you're interested. He covers a lot of the same type of stuff. But not if I'm on. Don't go see him then. Dixon shared his thoughts in a recent episode of Ask Chuck Dixon, where he was asked by Chris Surveya. That's a cool last name. Are you against politics and comics completely? Dixon answered the question stating, absolutely not. I've written political books. I did The Forgotten Man, A History of the Great Depression. That is a really good book by Amity Schlaze. That's a really interesting take on the Great Depression, and one that's probably more reliable than the FDR propagandists would like. That's an epic history of some of the darkest years of American history. It's a fantastic book. It's well worth the read. And if you have to get the graphic novel adaptation, go for it. But you could get the hardcover real cheap on Amazon used. So I highly recommend picking it up, though. It was a really good book. He continued, I don't think it's political, but it's because it's seen to have a conservative viewpoint. It's very down on the New Deal, which I don't think history is going to judge well in the end, so I've done that. Yeah, he's not wrong. Clinton Cash is far more political, an adaptation of Peter Schweitzer's expose of Bill and Hillary's rather tawdry work with their foundation and how basically they used it to enrich themselves. It's purely political, so I'm not against politics in comics. I'm not against anybody's politics in comics. Clinton Cash is better read as a graphic novel. I thought the book itself was a little boring. It's normal politics like back in the fighting commies and shit, right? Fuck commies. Dixon then went on to discuss that he read Spain Rodriguez's Trash Man series and said, back in the underground days, I used to read Trash Man by Spain Rodriguez. It basically calls for Marxist revolution in the United States, bloody Marxist revolution. It's very anti-American, very anti-white when you get right down to it. I dug the energy of it. I didn't believe in any of it. I didn't agree with any of it, but I certainly respected Spain Rodriguez's right to make any comic he wanted. Yeah, see, I don't like this kind of art because it looks stupid. That's why when I refer to something as looking like indie art, this is what I'm talking about. This like Crumb look. If you guys don't know who Crumb is, there's a really fucked up documentary that you can find. And it's called Crumb, Crumb. And it's about this weirdo artist from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And he did this kind of thing, but it was more like giant boobs on women, and he had some really messed up personal stuff. But I think of these out of proportion things, and sometimes it worked. Most of the time, it did not. Good indie art like that from back in the day could look good on like posters and album covers as like pop art, but the rest was forgettable trash. And I'll probably review some books like that at some point because they made a lot of them even up through the 90s. Dixon then transitioned to explain why he believes politics don't belong in superhero comics. He explained, my problem with politics in comics is when you mix it with mainstream comics. When superheroes take a side, decide that they're Democrat or Republican, and 99.99% of the time they're going to side with the Democrat, where one president is seen as a hero and the other is seen as an ogre or a coward or whatever, depending on their party line. Now, like the old Mad magazine, if comics were to either elevate or mock each president with the same severity to the level, I'd be fine with it. But this is politics being put into a place that doesn't belong. Politics does not belong in superhero comics, Dixon declared. I agree. Designed as America's king. Oh, you're so funny. Look, it's Trump, guys. Orange man bad. He then asserted, I've said it before, I've said it again. I'll say it again. I'm a comics fan. If you're a comics fan, let's face it. Cool. 100% agree. They were never meant to be literature. That's probably true. They were never meant to be meaningful. Yeah, that's definitely true. They were disposable entertainment like pulp books. You were meant to read them and trade them to someone else and just move on. But they ended up really becoming something meaningful to young people and later older people. And they became their own form of literature. It was children's lit, and it's moved on from that. They were just meant to be good, solid, American red-blooded entertainment. Damn straight. And putting politics into it ruins it. Ruins anything. I'd agree with that. If you made a political kung fu movie, I'd say the same thing. Get off it. Stop doing that. Oh, I couldn't agree more, Chuck. That's very wise words. So, Chuck Dixon knows what he's talking about. He's been in comics for decades. And it really does. Even the stuff from World War II, if you look back on it, the propaganda stuff was pretty lame. And it was very heavy-handed. You could have people fighting the Nazis or something like that generically, but punching Hitler, it got trite really fast. And everybody was doing it back then. Daredevil did it. The original, not Matt Murdock. And then Captain America did it, and that's the one that you see the most. But lots of people were doing that. Superman, Batman, they were all doing it. And it just became a bit tiresome. And now the politics is so incredibly overt. It's lazy. Dixon cider. Nice. Nike could run out of sneakers. No, I'm not talking. It doesn't really even remotely relate to what we're talking about. So maybe on Monkey in the Morning we'll talk about that. Hey Jack, doing my usual liking. Hey Spud, how you doing? I'm glad you're doing well. Hey old guy, how you doing, man? Hey Brad. Yeah, that's what I've heard about the animated Harley Quinn. It's not for me. I didn't much care for it. Except how, no, it's just, yeah, it is just, you're right, Pink Hollow. It is just ideology. It's not even reasonably fair ideology. They're not presenting both sides. They just say, oh, this side's bad, our side is good. There's no flexibility, there's no even-handedness. It's just moral grandstanding. You're 100% right, Pete. It seems most right-wing writers don't feel the need to inject every aspect of their stories with their ideology, the exact opposite of left-wing writers from what I've seen. You're 1,000% right, man. That is absolutely true. No, we're not going to cover Gay Robin tonight. I'll talk about that on Friday. I've got a couple of articles that are fairly long, and I wanted to get through this other stuff instead because it's a little bit more of a variety. And I figure we can spend more time with it on Friday because that is definitely comic book related. So let me get my screen to load here. And I'll grab another Coca-Cola. And as I work on trying to be less white and drop my bottle opener. Oh, yes, Coca-Cola. I will attempt to be less white. Oh, failed. Okay, gonna drink you anyway. I had a gift card, so I had to use it up, and I bought some Coca-Cola with that. But now America Chavez punches Mr. Hitler. Yeah, they've got to steal the thunder from everybody so that they think, I really believe this, they think they are being subversive and, oh, look how I subverted your expectations. And instead, it just comes off as lazy. 2-hour round trip into a 5-hour round trip because I forgot something. Oh, that sucks. Oh, sorry, Brad. That blows. Well, hopefully you'll resub. All right. Now, did you guys see the Suicide Squad movie? Because I watched it and it was okay. It was better than the first one. But we've got some news on that front. This article might contain spoilers. I'm not sure. It's been a few days, so I don't really remember if it does or not. But one of the actors in the movie, Joel, if you don't want spoilers, just come back in like 2 minutes. This is going to be a short article. This is from Variety. Suicide Squad star Joel Kinnaman, he plays Rick Flag, I believe, granted restraining order against model who accuses him of the no-no touch. He's been granted a temporary restraining order against model Bella Davis, alleging that she has tried to extort money from him and has threatened him physically and to physically harm his family. Davis, a Swedish-Jamaican model, oh my God, that's a hell of a combination, whose real name is Gabriella Magnusson. What? That's a way cooler name than Bella Davis. Gabriella Magnusson? That sounds badass. That's a superhero name. Has accused Kinnaman of struggle snuggle back in 2018 in New York while she was intoxicated. Kinnaman said the two had a brief romantic relationship in late 2018 that encompassed 2 consensual encounters. Kinnaman, who is Swedish, he's Swedish, now lives in Los Angeles, posted a long statement on social media asserting that Davis has made daily threats of physical harm against him and his family. Kinnaman alleges that she has vowed to smear him in public with fabricated vile rumors unless I agree to a listed demand that includes money, Hollywood connections, and other assistance, including another $400,000 for an apartment, a Sports Illustrated swimsuit photo shoot, and a verified Instagram page. How is he going to help her get a Sports Illustrated shoot or an Instagram page? He's not that big of an actor. At $400,000, fuck right off. His legal fees will cost less than that. Good one, random. Yeah, it was okay. The new Stargirl show on Amazon. I'm not watching it, quite honestly. It just doesn't. It's not for me. I'm a little too old for the target demographic, and the girl's not that good looking. So as much. Oh, it was much better than the first one, Pete. It's very gory though. It's definitely earned its R rating. Can't talk. And I don't know. I just thought it was okay. It was hard to connect to any of the characters because they're all, vile douchebags except Rick Flag. So I don't know. It was okay. If you like gory movies, I mean, some of the humor was pretty funny, but beyond that, it was kind of forgettable. Just get out of LA, dude. Yeah, get out of California if you can. 8 years trying to find a strategy of hiring a good writer director. Yeah, well, they'll fuck it up again. Don't worry. Think of travels political Jonathan Swift left to right. I always thought he was right. I'm not sure what his politics were, but it was definitely a political book. I haven't read that since like high school. Yeah, she has that like cute face, but her body's gonna go to shit. And as soon as she has a kid, that fupa's gonna go out of control. She's just got kind of like that pudgy look to her, which it's fine. People like that sort of thing, but I don't find her attractive. So even less motivation to watch another CW type show. Yeah, right. You're right, Pincalo. Holy buckets, Belle Davis is crazy and crazy hot. Oh yeah, I haven't actually seen the chick. That's a squirrel, and they're the devil's harbingers. So she's probably related to them. So yeah, she wants some outrageous stuff here. On Friday and early Saturday, Davis posted a stream of Instagram messages addressing her allegations. Some featured screenshots of text messages exchanged with Joel Agent, which she identified as manager Orlando John. What? That made reference to a plan and the two discussing lawyers. That sounds crazy. Joel Agent sounds like a made-up spy parody movie. And Special Agent Joel Agent. Stupid. Mr. Bean would be in that one. Be a crossover with Johnny English. Why did Joel Kinnaman Agent pay for my lawyer, and my lawyer refused to go with the deal they wanted? They wanted me to be silent. Nah, it's probably a settlement offer. But let the true come out. That's a sentence to be proud of right there. Davis posted that she asserted was recent audio of her discussing the situation with Kinnaman in Swedish via Zoom. Oh, that helps. Kinnaman, in a statement, said the two had a lengthy call on July 25th, so he's not denying that, in which she more than once acknowledged that the sex was consensual. And Davis asserted that he begged for forgiveness. Well, I don't speak Swedish, so I don't give a shit. So this was interesting. I don't know the truth of this allegation. Don't really care either. But the fact that she sounds like she's fishing for some money, $400,000 for an apartment, Sports Illustrated photo shoot. Like I said, how's he going to pull that off? A verified Instagram page? This dude's a nobody. He's been in a handful of movies. And he looks kind of like Sporticus from Lazy Town. So, like, my friend's kids will like him, but that seems a bit nutso to me. A Zoom call with the Swedish chef. Yeah, pretty much. It's the devil's sauna here. Oh, sorry, zombie. It's deep politics of its time. Yeah, that's the problem with really old political stuff is the political meaning of something like Gulliver's Travels loses that aspect the further you get away from that time period. And if you don't know the time period, the Lilliputians, meaning little people, the connotations and symbolism get lost very easily because it comes off as a fairy tale, and the symbolism, it changes over time. I was an English major, don't forget. Next article. Damn it. Stupid thing. My internet's run like shit. Next, she plans to meet the Swedish chef. Yeah, bork, bork, bork has a different meaning then. Do you think he says that when he climaxes? Bork! Looked up the cracked eggs. Real thing be changed a little bit. How the nobles poured their eggs. Yeah, random. There was a lot of political messaging in the original Gulliver's Travels. It actually was supposed to be a political satire. Jonathan Swift was a political writer before he was a novelist. No, Jack Black as Gulliver. No, I will not watch that. I don't like him. I don't think he's that funny. I think he's like he's very similar to Kevin Smith in that he does like 5 things that people think are funny, and that's all he ever does. It's usually just making a face, and kind of annoys me. Will Ferrell has that same problem for me. Yeah, the little tiny people tying him up. Yeah, Pete. That's the book we're talking about. There were 2 parts to that story. The part with the Lilliputians, that's what usually gets made into a movie, where he's a giant and all these little people are around him. But then there's a second story where he's really small and ends up in a land of the giants. So it flips the story on him. So yeah, there were a lot of political satire things in there that are just lost to time because they don't apply anymore. Gary Oldman as Gulliver, I'd watch the shit out of that. That man could read the ingredients on a box of oatmeal and I'd listen to it. Old Jack Black, not new Jack Black. Yeah, I'd go along with that then, Buster. Will Ferrell hasn't been funny since SNL. Yeah, he's one of those guys that if you like his style, he's always going to be funny. But yeah, like Evolve just said, he's like Jack Black. He's someone you laugh at, not with. The fat guy from Black Sheep, what was his name? Died of a drug overdose. He did some funny stuff. Chris Farley. He did some funny stuff, but he had kind of a niche thing too. Hey, Ori. Will Ferrell has never made a joke that is not gleefully. Yeah, pretty much. Not wrong, Assassin. This is on a huge house, put out a fire. LOL. That joke, the peeing on stuff to put a fire out, was best done in Strange Brew by Rick Moranis. Then it was actually funny. Danny DeVito as Gulliver, I'd watch the shit out of that too, especially if he plays Frank Reynolds. Then I came out blasting. Yeah, Will Ferrell was good in the Lego movie. Some of his movies aren't bad, like Old School was okay, but it wasn't him as the focus in those. It was just him as a backup character, and I think he does better in those kind of movies. So, yeah, he's just one of those guys that just isn't for me. I don't know if I'm becoming a movie snob or more than I usually am or what, but there's kind of a sell-by date on some of those guys. They just get locked into a specific character type, and that's all they could do. Like Anchorman, I thought was funny the first time I saw it, but after that, I was like, meh, I've seen it, don't care. Because the jokes are kind of one-trick ponies. Oh, sorry, I had to belch there. I didn't think anybody wanted to hear that. All right, Batman writer James Tynion IV quits book and move to Substack and creator-owned Focus. Now, James Tynion IV's Batman stuff has really slipped in the last year or so, and it's a real shame. He's a talented writer, but the future state crap that he was leading up to was trash. He did this character Miracle Molly. Wonder if I have a picture of her on my hard drive real quick. Hang on, I'll see if I can find a pic. And the character was so stupid looking. It was just dumb. It looks so dumb. So, yeah, I might have a picture here real fast. So, yeah, let me share some art here. This is art from Batman number 108. See if it'll load up real quick. It takes a second for my system to load up images because I guess I'm low on RAM or something. So this is just some random kid that's getting cybernetic implants. Random kid has like there's tufts of hair out to the side, shaved mohawk. And this is like some teenage kid. She looks stupid. Septum ring, of course, because you have to have that. And this is Miracle Molly. First of all, look at the size of that fupa. What are you doing, artist? Top Secret's free on YouTube. Nice. Yeah, Zoolander was a pretty solid movie. I never saw the second one. Ben Stiller's kind of one of those guys, too. Very hit and miss. great in Zoolander and Dodgeball and Tropic Thunder. But okay, so she's got like cybernetic implants and stuff, and of course the side of her head is shaved and it's just flopped over. I think it's like that on both sides because that's how you know she's a super awesome girl that doesn't need no man. And yeah, look at this mess. This is the 80s threw up all over her. Like, how do you want an artist to draw this green leopard print shit? God, that's hideous looking. And she immediately spots Batman when he's undercover. She's like, oh, you're Batman. I knew it. Ugh. Not a fan of Fupas either. Yeah, I hate Fupas. Septum rings, I'll take over Fupas, though. If you're skinny and hot, you get a septum pass. At least until we're done and you think my name's Matt Jarbo. So yeah, this is a hideous outfit. She's of course the bestest ever and super smart, and she don't need no man. And look at this shit. This is from the backup story. I'm just gonna ruin this issue for you. Yeah, Batman's undercover here. She immediately knows who he is, and they're going for this like futuristic Tron look, and it just doesn't work. And of course, everybody's got hover cars and stupid shit like that. And she does the anime thing where she closes her eyes when she smiles. It's just fucking dumb looking. That's lazy. This is lazy design. That's some hipster out of Portland. Your friends shouldn't be in books. Oh, sorry. Thank you, tall person. Happy Play in the Sand Day. Oh, thanks, man. Same to you. Hope you get a chance to do something fun. Thank you, tall person. If the hair on the side of a feminist head grows back, she loses her powers. That's probably true. She loses coochie powers and victim points as well. See, victim points is what gives feminism their powers. So you have to separate them from their victim points. Yeah, I hate that character design, and you could tell he was either tired of doing that or he just didn't care anymore. Or he was out of ideas. I don't know what he was doing. Maybe corporate was making him do that, but it was really boring stuff. Really lazy writing. Yeah, septum ring means run. That's what that means. Just like the dyed hair and the weird piercings and the daddy issues. Daddy issues I could generally deal with on their own, but you had a septum ring, she might stab you. So the Eisner Award, that doesn't mean anything. Eisner Award's a joke now. It's PC bullshit. Batman ongoing series has announced his exit from the series. Tynion leaves Gotham City behind to launch a new comic called Blue Book, which sounds like it might actually be interesting because it's about UFOs. It's about Project Blue Book. But if you want to read it, you got to subscribe to his Substack. It's like $7 a month. With acclaimed artist Michael Omeg, I'm sure that's okay. I'm not a big fan of that style, but whatever. This wasn't an easy decision, he told the New York Times. In order to invest my time in new material, I needed to choose. I could not do both. So, as of the new Batman writer on Batman Day in 2019, he led Batman through a period of expansion, including relaunch with the beginning of Infinite Frontier era. His run will continue through the upcoming Fear State event and end in November. Tynion is known to DC fans for his work on Batman. He's built up a stellar catalog. That's a bold statement. Something is Killing the Children at Boom, and a spin-off series and Netflix adaptation are in the works. The spin-off series, I think, is called House of Slaughter or Book of Slaughter, and that's the last name of the people that are killing the monsters, and Something is Killing the Children. And that book was actually okay. It was just really slow. That's one you read in the trade paperback if you're going to read it. But it started out pretty good, and then it just sort of meandered around, and there were parts of it that didn't make any sense. So I gave up on it pretty quick. Mostly because it got really boring. I was trying to make one of the most difficult decisions of my professional career. I doubt that. DC has presented me with a 3-year renewal of my exclusive contract with the intent of me working on Batman for the bulk of that time. I was grateful to the offer, but I couldn't help but look at the success of my original creator-owned titles and wonder if it was the right choice. Then I received another contract, the best one I've ever been given in a decade as a professional comic writer, a grant from Substack to create a new slate of original comic book properties directly on their platform that my co-creators and I would own completely, with Substack taking none of the intellectual property rights or even the publishing rights. Given my bandwidth, I knew I could only pick one of the two contracts sitting in front of me. That's not a hard choice in that matter. He's made enough money off Something Is Killing the Children. They're turning it into a Netflix series. This was probably the right move for him. And by probably, I mean almost certainly. Because DC is in major trouble, and they may not even be around in 3 years. So probably better he went with their contract and did his creator-owned stuff, which he's going to make more money on. Yeah, absolutely, Assassin. Let's get to the back of the bus. Sorry, I'm just catching up on chat. Which is a lot of preamble to say I'm going to be leaving Batman with issue 117 in November and the Joker with issue 14 next April. So he's probably got most of the stuff already written. With no immediate plans to write any other superhero comic in the near future. Instead, I'm going to dedicate my whole brain to building a bunch of really cool stuff on my own terms, which will make him more money without having to get permission from any publisher to make it. So yeah, this is probably a massively good decision for him. He'll make way more money doing this. And he probably won't be tied down so much by what they're going to want him to do. So yeah, I'm not really surprised by this at all. I am a little surprised that Substack is where he's going. But beyond that, it's probably his best option at this point. A lot of these comic creators aren't doing real well. And they're not going to be doing well for a while from the look of things. And if they're smart, they're building their own creator-owned stuff to try and back up their careers. All right, so $440. What? MRI magnets? Oh, geez. Darkman. Yeah, I love the first Darkman movie. It's such cheesy fun. Did you guys see the Sonic movie? Because there's some Sonic 2 casting information that just came out. I've heard good things about the Sonic movie. I haven't seen it yet. Mostly because I'm lazy and I don't have time to sit down and watch a 2-hour movie about a blue hedgehog that I don't care about. I'm not a Sonic fan. I know some people in the audience are big fans of Sonic and Pokemon and Sonichu or what the fuck ever. Oh, hey, Della. I haven't seen you mention anything in a while. I thought maybe you weren't here anymore. The 90s Flash show on YouTube. Yeah, I liked that show when it was on, but didn't age well from the look of it. So, oh, it does hold up? Oh, cool. I might have to check that out. I liked the guy that played Flash. I thought he looked good as the Flash. Oh, you're lurking? Oh, okay. Fair enough. Idris Elba is going to play Knuckles. Weird casting, I thought, but I like Idris Elba. I think he's a really good actor. But Knuckles, granted, I know nothing about this character whatsoever, other than he's Sonic's sidekick. But that guy's voice coming out of that weird little red thing, I don't know how that's going to go. But it's interesting casting. I'm an adult. I played Sonic 1 as a kid. That is all. Yeah, I played 1 and maybe the second one a couple times, but I never really got into it because I was terrible at the game. It was fun, but I wasn't good at it. So I just moved on. 90s Flash show was fun, and Mark Hamill in it. Yeah, he played, not the Weather Wizard, but he played one of the generic bad guys. How does he fit in such a tiny suit? That's the question of the ages, isn't it? Do you know DeWay? I do know DeWay. That's why this isn't the real Knuckles, obviously. Oh, okay. So Idris Elba's joining the cast as Knuckles, the actor revealing a sneak peek of his character. And here's the Tweety post. So either he's doing some hot fisting action. He's like, knock, knock, Sonic Movie 2, Knuckles. News of Knuckles playing a supporting role in Hedgehog 2 was the first reported in December 2020 by Paramount Pictures, reportedly looking for an actor who is serious in nature but still gullible at times. One of the biggest names rumored was Jason Momoa. That'd have been terrible casting. Holy shit. The first Sonic movie followed the Blue Head. I don't fucking care. No secret of Knuckles and Tails' involvement, with Dr. Robotnik revealing Knuckles' new partner. This leads Sonic to team up with Tails to search for an emerald before it falls into the wrong hands. Knuckles began as an adversary in Sonic's 1994 Sonic the Hedgehog 3, however, later would switch sides and fight along. I don't give a fuck. So yeah, Idris Elba is going to play Knuckles. Is that good casting? I really don't know, but I like Idris Elba, so I might actually see this movie. They didn't even hit it, Knuckles. Got me, dude. I want him in a bad Knuckles cosplay CGI. Yeah, he needs to be in the outfit with a big face hole. Like, they just cut the face off and have him in the rest of this on set. That would be fucking awesome. And they don't even CGI it. They just leave that footage in. And Sonic's CGI the entire time. I'd watch the shit out of that movie. Searching for... I don't know what they're doing, man. I don't know enough about the stories to even speculate on that. I barely know who these characters are. And I'm of the age that the first couple games were on like Super Nintendo. So I was in college around then, so I guess I could have gotten into it, but it really didn't seem to be that big of a thing around me. And that didn't really seem to catch on until like the cartoon came out years later. Yeah, I think they'll probably skip over a lot of storylines. So, hey, Jordan, how you doing, man? No, it was Sega, and I never had a Sega. Oh, it was on the Sega. Oh, yeah, that's probably why I didn't play it much. I don't fucking know. I don't know what I'm doing. I had a Super Nintendo for like 6 months, and then I sold it for more than I paid for it because I bought it off a dude that got I think he got a PlayStation and a Super Nintendo, and he didn't want both, so I bought the Super Nintendo off him, and then I sold it for like a couple bucks because I gave him like $50 for it, and he gave me a couple games and an extra controller. He got it for free, so he didn't care. He wanted beer money, and then I sold that, and then I bought a PlayStation, and that was all kind of downhill from there. I played PlayStation 1 a lot. I had a shit ton of games for that. I loved that system. And then the next one I got after that, I had a PS2 for like, I don't know, maybe a year. And then that broke because I played Shadow Towers, I think it was called, or Clock Tower, something like that. Some game with shadow clocks or something in it. And then I got stuck on this level where you're in the sewer, and I just stopped caring. And eventually I sold that and then bought an Xbox 360. And that was kind of my entire video game history since, other than the Atari. Sonic is the Mario of Sega. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did have one of the retro Sega things, but it broke. And I don't know. I think my brother's got one. But yeah, I've only played the first Sonic. I played it at other people's houses. So that's probably why I thought it was on the Super Nintendo. Most people I know had the Super Nintendo. But yeah, okay. I'm dumb. I don't know. Watched the Sonic cartoon as a kid. I never saw it. Yeah, so that shows my knowledge of Sonic the Hedgehog. I know Archie Comics made a really popular comic series out of it, and now IDW is doing one, and everybody hates it or they love it. There's really no middle ground, apparently. So if you're a big Sonic fan, you could grab the IDW book and see what you think. So John Wick 4 has some casting. This is from Screen Rant. And Lionsgate has officially announced the star-studded cast will now include the Kurgan, Clancy Brown. Clancy Brown is one of the most underrated actors of his generation. I'm neither confirming nor denying that I also had a shit ton of those, Pete. Let's see, Kurgan. Boasts an impressive list of over 60 film credits to his name, including the Kurgan in 1986's fantasy classic Highlander. He's also an accomplished voice actor who has lent his talents to numerous properties, including SpongeBob SquarePants, Star Wars Rebels, and multiple DC animated movies. He was also in the Sleepy Hollow TV series that was on for a while. The first season was good, and then it got stupid about season 3. The first season was solid, though. That was some good stuff. And then it got really fucking dumb. He's also set to star alongside Michael C. Hall in the upcoming Dexter series revival titled Dexter New Blood. Created by Screen... I don't give a fuck about that. Friends... Yeah, okay. Lionsgate has closed the deal for Brown to lead to his extensive experience to the next chapter of John Wick. Brown will be joining fellow castmates Donnie Yen, awesome, Hiroku Sanada, Rena something foreign, Shamir Anderson, Lance Reddick, and Ian McShane for the film, which Ian McShane's a solid actor. Donnie Yen's fucking awesome, which has already commenced production. Oh, it's already underway. Cool. So there's a lot of old people in this movie. Like Donnie Yen's getting on. He's got to be in his 50s. And fucking Keanu's in his 50s. And Clancy Brown's got to be in his 60s. So this should be really good. That's some awesome casting. I like Clancy Brown. He's a fucking awesome actor. Originally planned to be shot back to back with a 5th film, Lionsgate later delayed production on Chapter 5, opting instead to begin John Wick Chapter 4 on its own. Whether Brown's character will live long enough to see another sequel or perhaps an appearance in one of the spin-offs remains to be seen. Yeah, they're doing John Wick spin-offs. The one is called, like, The Continental. That's about the hotel, obviously. In the meantime, fans will have to wait until it releases in theaters in May 2022. So that could be interesting. Keanu Reeves is not immortal. He's just old. Because if Keanu Reeves was immortal, I would say Donnie Yen and Jet Li were also probably immortal, but they're looking a little rough. Michael Rosenbaum. Michael Rosenbaum does a show? The bald guy that played Lex Luthor in Smallville? I always thought he was funny and seemed like he was a really cool dude, but I don't know. Oh, yeah, if he did the Mr. Krabs laugh, that'd be fucking tits. I'd watch the shit out of that, too. I think it is supposed to be a miniseries on HBO Max, but they might be doing it as a movie now. Wicker Man, good one. Keanu has to finish Mage 4 first, doesn't he? I think that's still in production. Yeah, probably, but they could still film a bunch of other scenes while he's wrapping that up and then just move him right over. Oh, no, Christopher Walken's SNL character as the Continental in the movie Continental would be fucking awesome. I like Christopher Walken, even though he may have had a hand in the Natalie Wood thing. I don't know. Although I'm pretty sure that was all Wagner. Yeah, Lex is interviewing people. Oh, that's cool. Good for him. Glad he's working. Heard he was cool, but yeah, he did the voice of the Flash on one of the animated series. Just CGI his mustache off, right? Yeah, exactly. All right, let's talk some Batman. From Screen Rant. Batman The Audio Adventures is now a streaming podcast series headed to HBO Max. Here's everything we know about the project so far. When it comes to discussing the greatest superheroes in history, there's no question Batman will be one of the names consistently brought up. Nobody ever says anymore that, oh, he's that Shadow knockoff. That's especially true for his most common iteration, in which orphan billionaire playboy and dual character Bruce Wayne is behind the cape and cowl. True story. Although they're trying to replace him with that lazy black Batman they're doing, that John Ridley's writing. And John Ridley has some real hatred, seemingly, for America and white people. I read some of his other history of the DC Universe, and it was just lazy politics, BLM nonsense. Garbage. Do you like how John Wick is portrayed as the toughest, most skilled, smartest, just hands and iron that'll keep him going through hell? Yeah. Yeah, the dude's just tough. And there's a lot to be said for that. And I like an action movie. Sometimes you want to turn your brain off. I don't watch documentaries all the time, just most of the time. Don't care about this other filler crap. The Audio Adventures is a comedy series. Okay. Playing a comedic take on the Cape Crusader. Well, that was the 60s TV show. Batman is, of course, traditionally presented in a serious light, and while those involved have yet to specifically comment on why they went the comedy route, it's likely due to the fact that darker Batman material is extremely common and arguably oversaturated. That's fair. You don't have to go like extremely dark, though. You could just make it entertaining. Outside of the old Adam West TV series and the Joel Schumacher shitfests, attempts at making Batman stories intentionally funny are few and far between. That's because it's not exactly a funny character. There's lots of knockoffs like that already. So here's the cast. An interesting bit of casting. Jeffrey Wright, best known for his role in Westworld, will voice Batman in the Audio Adventures. So there's your black Batman right there. Wright will soon become the first black actor to play Commissioner Gordon, Jesus, in The Batman. That's the movie with Robert Pattinson. Wright, usually a dramatic actor, may seem like an odd choice for a comedy show, but will be surrounded by notable comedians and comedic actors, albeit in so far undisclosed roles. Rosario Dawson will voice Catwoman. That's good casting. She's got a good voice. Well, John Leguizamo voices the Riddler. I can see that. With Chris Parnell, Melissa something or other, Seth Meyers, Brett Spiner, Ike somebody, Bobby Moynihan, Kenan Thompson, John Sudeikis, Alan Tudyk, Heidi Gardner, Brooke Shields, Paul Scheer, Tim Meadows. Is this just an SNL cast-off charity festival? Fred Armisen have unknown roles. Oh, this is going to be trash. Batman, the Audio Adventures story. For now, details of the plot have yet to escape the confines of Gotham City. Oh, you're so funny, Screen Rant. Oh, you fake geeks. However, since it's a comedy, the possibilities are open. Okay, I don't care. Release date. It's going to be in the fall of 2021, so anytime now. And you have to subscribe to HBO Max. So this is probably going to be shit. It's an audio thing, so you won't actually see him. He's way too old and fat anyway. So I don't have a problem if it's audio format. Shouldn't be a big deal. If you're going to get a black actor to play Batman, though, I would much rather be the guy that does all the documentaries. Oh, shit. Tony Todd would be good, too, but who's the other guy? The guy from Community. He's just going to revamp the Pest, pretty much. I got to look that guy up now. Keith David, that's his name. If Keith David did the voice for Batman, I'd listen to that all day long. That guy is another one. If he just read ingredients off of a cereal box, I'd be fine with it. So, yeah, this is probably going to be a disaster if it's a comedy series. I lost all interest in it as soon as I saw that. Goddamn fly. Where'd you go? Son of a bitch flying on my leg. Trying to get all sexy time with me. Fuck you, giant fly. I don't swing that way. They only get into nerd stuff when it's cool and hipster-like. Yep, exactly. Screen Rant is fake hipster central. Oh, they're real hipsters, but fake geeks. Because it suits their needs. Alrighty. Let's go over to the Hollywood Reporter. This is a Hollywood Reporter exclusive. If you guys want the links to any of this stuff, just say so. I've already closed most of the articles, but if you ever want to see the links, just say so. So, Hollywood Reporter says that movie theater owners won't oppose requiring proof of vaccination. Indoor venues and other public establishments in NYC will soon require patrons to show they've been immunized against the Coof. Los Angeles is considering the same rule. Bill de Blasio announced August 3rd that proof of vaccination against the Coof will be required for indoor activities, including movie theaters. Cinema owners remained silent. Behind the scenes, the National Association of Theater Owners, or NATO, began consulting with its members. An alarming surge in cases in many parts of the country due to the Delta variant Not Delta Burke variant. That's just some fat chick at the buffet. Has left the box office recovery disrupted as half the U.S. population remains unvaccinated. NATO has decided not to take a position either way on the looming New York City ordinance and won't object, nor is it trying to fight to block the proposed LA rule. In order for the exhibition industry to fully recover, it sounds like there's a bunch of dudes flashing people and they're wearing N95s and not where you would think. We need more people to be vaccinated. It's pure science. No, this is the science, not science. The rates of shots had went quite well for a while and then dropped off. We need to keep them going by blackmailing everybody. National Theater owner president said, don't get me wrong, there's going to be a lot of lost ticket sales in the short term. No, I think people probably get a little resentful and it might end up costing some places more. So yeah, they're doing this under the perception of security for the pussies that can't handle being around people that are different than them. Saw a great meme. It was a lady with an umbrella looking at a guy that didn't have one saying, I need you to use an umbrella so mine works. And I think that applies quite a bit. And we've seen that the numbers have been pretty shit, but it might be the movies. Like Suicide Squad only brought in 26 million. Month ago, Black Widow brought up to 80 million domestically. Those are garbage numbers for these movies, but the movies aren't that great. Like, I have really little interest in Black Widow, and Suicide Squad was just kind of middle of the road. If you like the first one, you'll probably like the second one. It's just gorier. We're going to exclude those under 12. We want them to be safe. We want them to be careful. Okay, so movie theaters are going to be dickbags and let local people make decisions for them so they can be like, well, they did it first. Jeremy Irons is the best voice ever. Yeah, he's got a good voice. Screen Rant does pitch meeting, right? Yeah, they do. That guy's funny in those, but the rest of Screen Rant, not that impressive. Yes, Pincalo, Screen Rant is Philly D for movies. That's very, very true. They're kind of that way with everything nerd culture, and it's really disappointing. You expect a little better sometimes. Oh, thank you, Rodline. Robin's by, of course he is. Yeah, we'll cover that on Friday. Fucking dumb. I'm probably going to rant a little bit, and I got a couple of longer articles. So I might cut a few of them, but, oh, man, it's so fucking stupid. DC is not trying. But thank you for the donation there, Rodline. Appreciate it, man. And this fly is pissing me off. It's like the size of a quarter. All right. Oh, and just to top things off, I've got another squirrel in the attic somewhere. Big Bang destroyed our culture. Absolutely. Absolutely. The fake geeks that came out of Big Bang have really helped to destroy nerd culture, because now it's like this quasi-cool thing that hipsters attach themselves to and claim they're fans of, and they're not. They're fair weather fans, just like the people that buy the t-shirts for the winning sports team after a major event. Like, oh, they won the Super Bowl, I'm their biggest fan now. It's that type of shit. And leave nerd culture alone. We all got bullied and beat up for a reason, and it's because we were cool, and you guys were a bunch of hangers-ons, and fuck off with that shit. Squirrels are delicious. As long as they're dead and away from me, I'm fine with them. But those little tree rats can all go die. A Red Dead Online player is taking care of the game's Kappa problem. Red Dead Online player takes it upon themselves to hunt down all the gamers role-playing as Triple K members to stop their racist activities. Oh, he's so cool. Look at that. He's going to get all the internet pee-pee touches. Rockstar Games' beloved online RPG in the world of Red Dead Redemption allows people to roleplay as all manner of characters and travel the wild and lawless West. Unfortunately, many players have used this feature to harass others, online players, by role-playing as members of the Triple K. and one player has taken it upon themselves to fix the issue. Oh, this is the vigilantism that's needed in the world, guys. As reported by Game Rant, this player has gone viral on TikTok for enacting vigilante justice on the Triple K impersonators, taking up arms to either kill them outright or let the players they're harassing get away. The player's most recent endeavor posted on their TikTok captioned, "Hunting racist players in Red Dead Online Part 16 involves them sneaking up on a meeting of the Triple K role players. The player dispatches 9 followers with an explosive bow before stabbing their leader in the resulting chaos, all while the Barrickson Trap remix of Tennessee Ernie Ford's Union Dixie plays in the background." Oh, that's so edgy and original. The video has a heading that says "Stay Dead" has reached nearly 30,000 likes and ends with the promise of Part 17. So basically, this guy just runs around killing people who are goofing off in a video game. The presence of Triple K role players, I bet 4chan's behind this Triple K thing somehow. It's been a consistent problem that does not yet have a permanent fix. If they let you play it, it's not a fix, it's a feature. Rockstar Games has taken steps by removing Triple K NPCs and banning any hackers who attempt to summon them, but so far these fixes have been temporary at best. Still, even the prevalent harassment by the racist role players in question, you don't know they're racist, they're fucking around. Probably all 12 years old, too. Players have found ways to equal the playing field. While there have been comments online claiming that Umbrella Boys videos are staged, mostly due to the ease with which they seem to be able to find and dispatch the racist players, that sounds pretty believable to me. The response to watching online clansmen getting ambushed has been overwhelmingly positive. That's because there's a bunch of pussies online who don't find anything funny and can't handle anyone else finding anything they don't like funny. Additionally, the message against the racist actions of players in Red Dead has garnered large support and attention from the community. I think this is fake. This guy's probably staging this stuff or taking stuff like video out of context. And yeah, sounds fucking dumb. If people want to screw around that way, leave them alone. Sounds like a reboot of Bully Hunters. Yes, it does. Absolutely. Ban all historical references. Yep. He used pixels to kill pixels. Yeah, he is stunning and brave. My hero. Shit stumped by the players he's hunting. Well, probably more times than he cares to admit to. If he's even really doing this. This sounds like total horse shit. And fuck that kid, man. Stop running your bullshit on other people. Nobody cares, man. Some idiots having fun. Grow up. Oh, I don't like somebody doing something I didn't approve of. Meh. Grow up, you baby. Oh. Wait for it to load. Thank you, Frosted Glass. True story. I dressed up like Winter Soldier to see Captain America's Civil War in the theater. Only problem was they won't let me in if I was wearing a mask. It's like rain on your wedding day, right? You obviously had you were ahead of your time. That's what I was thinking. He probably knows all the other players. Yep, this sounds like a scam. And eventually it'll probably come to light. Thanks for the donation, Frosted. Appreciate it, man. I got to start calling those tips because that's what Streamlabs calls them. And donations, you're not getting a tax write-off. Alrighty, let's go over to the Hollywood Reporter for some comic book news. And this is actually impressive comic book news. So, Todd McFarlane does it again. King Spawn sells nearly 500,000 copies. Biggest title release in 25 years for Image. That's a badass cover, too. Sitting on a throne with a sword. I would have spiced up the throne a little bit, but still cool. King Spawn #1 is reigning at the comic book shops. The Image title from creator Todd McFarlane sold 497,000 copies. A monster launch for the ongoing series that makes its largest monthly title release in the past 25 years for Image. McFarlane introduced Spawn in 1992 after making him... we all fucking know this shit. For context, King Spawn is DC's Action Comics 1000. Sold an estimated 504,000 units to become the top-selling book of 2018, while DC's Detective 1000 topped 2019's with an estimated 574,705. And those had probably more variant covers than Spawn King Spawn #1. And for these days, that is a massive sale. 500,000 copies is unbelievable. When some of the top selling comics sent to comic shops have been about 50 to 75K, and you're almost 10 times that number with Spawn issue 1 or King Spawn #1. King Spawn will be available on August 25th, so that's just the orders, and that's not including second prints and reorders because stores blew through those copies. I have no doubt they're going to sell most of these books too. McFarlane notes that those were historic issues with the machines of two big companies behind them. Image, the indie publisher, McFarlane and other artists found in 1992, is the third biggest publisher in the industry, and mostly they produce crap. Last year, retailers and publishers feared the coronavirus, blah, blah, blah. He's building a Spawn universe with 4 new titles, including Spawn's universe. That was a one-shot. October's Gunslinger Spawn and a December team-up book, The Scorched. Spawn universe previously got a milestone for Image with 211,000. I've got that one sitting over here somewhere. I've been meaning to read it, but it's a thicker issue and just don't have time. For McFarlane, the sales data suggests that the 29 years he spent building the Spawn brand have paid off. It doesn't hurt that he's been making lots of toys and stuff like that for years, keeping it in the public eye. Plus, he launched that toy Kickstarter that made over $1 million. Blumhouse since 2017 and recently revealed he's developing a Sam and Twitch TV show. And they're supposed to be making another Spawn movie. So that's kind of the story. But 500,000 copies, or 497, if you want to get technical, is a massive sale. And I think they're going to sell quite a bit of these. A lot of people are asking about this. The comic shops are talking about the new Spawn stuff. Gunslinger Spawn looks really cool. I'm going to pick that one up. I've already ordered this one. So I'm excited to see what is coming out with the Spawn universe. And I think McFarlane's really getting back into comics, and that could be really cool. Nuptial costume. Oh, cool. Try and channel me because can't have those evil right-wing comics, right? Yep, you got to cancel anything that's even remotely right-wing. Hosted by non-developers. I don't know how any of that works. Another Spawn live action, and I don't at the same time. Yeah, it'll be all woke and stupid. But they are talking about another full-length feature, and I'm not sure. It seems to go back and forth on whether or not it's going to be live action. I haven't been paying attention to current rumors, but could go either way. But a 500,000 comic sale with that was on the front page of the Hollywood Reporter too. So, or Variety, whatever it was on their front page. So that's a big deal, and hopefully that'll bring some people into the comic shops and support some of the smaller press stuff. People try some new things while I'm at it. All right, let's talk about some other good news. So do you guys know who Chloe Bennet is? She played Quake on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Well, she was in the Powerpuff Girls. What's the highest seller right now? I don't even know offhand. I'd have to look it up. That'd take too long. Sorry. But I think the record sales were in the millions, and that was in the 40s. Comics used to be way bigger than they are now. Now the biggest seller, you have a massive success if it's 50,000. So you'll get 50, 60,000 usually on like a Batman book or some of the Spider-Man stuff. X-Men were there for a little while, but they've dropped off. No, this is not Powerpuff porn. There's a Powerpuff Girls CW pilot show, and Chloe Bennet is dropping out. She's a pretty girl, so it's probably a good career move because this show sounds fucking horrible. Chloe Bennet stepped down as one of the 3 leads in the live-action CW pilot based on the Powerpuff Girls for ideas to learn exclusively. She was going to play Blossom in the pilot, which is currently titled Powerpuff. The show was originally in contention during pilot season earlier this year for potential fall air date. but the CW made the decision to redevelop and reshoot it instead, probably because of all the bad press they got. Calling the first pilot a miss. I would actually watch that to laugh at it, because that'd make good MST3K fodder. Somewhere Ruby Rose's phone is ringing. I think she wants to avoid as much of the CW as she can. Especially after she almost, broke her back or something. Powerpuff porn. It's probably out there, not another Powerpuff or something. I don't know. It sounds like weird pervy shit, but this is going to be an aged up. They're all adults, and they're apparently hoary. And they talk about how the cartoon was just a misrepresentation of their true power and all this rah girl power crap. Dave Cameron remains attached to the show as Bubbles. Oh, Dove Cameron, my bad. While Yana Perla is still attached to play Buttercup. Other cast members in the original pilot include Donald Faison as Professor Drake, Utonium, Nicholas Ponde is the show's villain, the version of villain Mojo Jojo named Joseph Jojo Mondale, who's a person, by the way, not a monkey, and Robin Lively as Cerebellum. Talks are currently ongoing for them to return as well. I think she realized how bad the pilot was and was like, yeah, I'm out. And after all the negative press that the script leaks got, I'm not surprised, because it sounded like hot garbage, like really unfunny, stupid shit, like a Sex in the City with girl superheroes. And quite frankly, I think she's a better actress than that. She doesn't need to stoop down to that shit. So this was a good move for her. If it exists, there's porn of it. Absolutely. You just got to find it. And everybody thought Mojo Jojo was cool. The cartoon was fun. It wasn't really for me. I thought Mojo Jojo was just funny to say. And I like the idea of a monkey with a turban for some reason, with superpowers and a villainous takeover scheme. Sort of like he should employ squirrels. But, what am I going to do? I don't know anything. Blossom is a redhead, so which black actress will play her? That was the Yana chick. That's who's going to play her. It is a black woman playing the one character. I don't think it was Blossom, because Chloe was Blossom. I think she's the cast of Lena the Hobgoblin Dunham's Girls. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Apparently, number 1 for July was the new X-Men number. Deal. Squirrels, fucking tree rats. All right, and the last article I have. What? Audio? What? Oh, shit. Am I breaking up? It's implied, Rodline. I don't know if it's real or not. I stopped reading it. Can you guys still hear me? Am I good? Oh, I'm back. Okay, good. My internet's probably cracking up. Oh, crap. Yeah, squirrels are tree rats. They're evil. Harbingers of the devil. That was basically the point I was getting at. I don't even remember what I was ranting about. I'm just kind of babbling now. All right, so here's the last article. This is a rumor, and it's for the Green Lantern movie, so buckle in. This is from Cosmic Book News. Taika Waititi is rumored to direct DC's Green Lantern movie. Now, I think this guy's annoying, and I don't think he's a very good actor, and he's definitely not as funny as he thinks he is. Hot off his cameo in the Suicide Squad that nobody cared about. It was a stupid cameo. It's now claimed that Taika Waititi, I don't know how to pronounce that, is in talks to direct a DC movie. According to rumor, he's the guy known for Thor movies, spoke with James Gunn and various WB execs while on the set, as he played the first Ratcatcher, the father of Ratcatcher 2. The chick that played Ratcatcher 2 was really hot in that, like, Euro trash hot way. I thought she was rather my type. No further details are known, but worth pointing out is that similar situation occurred when Waititi voiced IG-11 in The Mandalorian and then directed an episode, and Waititi is now writing and directing a Disney Star Wars movie. Proof that Star Wars is still sucking ass. Waititi also directed Jojo Rabbit, which I saw a few minutes of that. It looked like it might be funny. And What We Do in the Shadows, never saw it. Following his untitled Star Wars movie has the Time Bandits remake. That movie does not need a remake. It was perfect the way it was. Do not touch Time Bandits, you sons of bitches. And the live-action Flash Gordon movie, which also did not need remade. The 80s movie was awesome. The old serials were fun. You don't need to put your pseudo-hipster bullshit fingers all over it. You made the last couple of Thor movies suck balls. Stop touching stuff, weirdo. Waititi does happen to be a fan favorite director. I doubt that. Maybe with the fake hipster Big Bang crowd. There's no doubt that he does a good job. There is doubt. So what DC character movie should he direct? None of them. Thor comes out in May. But that's kind of it. Waititi was in the 2011 Green Lantern movie as the best friend of Ryan Reynolds, Hal Jordan. And that should tell you all you need to know because that movie sucked massive balls. Taco white titties? Yeah, that sounds right. I don't know how to pronounce that shit. I won't shame you for that, but I think Ragnarok was one of those movies that the first time I saw it, it was fine. I just thought Bruce Banner was annoying. But then it went kind of south the second time you watched it, just loses any comedy value that it had. I was bored with it. Hey, Lester, how you doing, man? Ragnarok was complete garbage and you should be punished for it. Yeah, after the second time I saw it, I had zero interest in ever watching it again. They're going to remake it, Ori, because they got to remake everything and it'll be woke and full of Burger King Kids Club diversity hires that are just there because they check a box. Had to update YouTube. Oh, that sucks. Ragnarok was 1,000 times better than Dark World. Yeah, Dark World sucked. It was better than that, but I don't know about your percentages there. Enjoyed Thor 3. It was the most fun Thor movie. I liked the first one. I thought that one was better. Yeah, he's not a very... Chris Hemsworth is not the kind of guy... He's funny enough, but it just wasn't a good mix for me. So, I don't know. It really just wasn't my thing. And if you liked it, cool, but it just wasn't mine. It wasn't for me. So I liked the first Thor, but that was about the only one I really liked. So, yeah, I don't like the idea of him doing a Time Bandits remake or a Flash Gordon movie. I think this guy's very overrated as a director. He's probably competent, but I don't think he's the type of person that should be doing something like that. If they were going to do it, they should have done it when Richard Donner was still alive. Because he did Superman and a bunch of other great classic movies like The Goonies. He could have made Flash Gordon awesome. Instead, we're going to get some mediocre drivel that'll be pseudo-intellectual, hipster bullshit that's vastly overrated by all the millennials that are like, oh my God, it's so inspirational or whatever nonsense. Millionaire fatally shoots a man he thought was a beard. What? No, we're not doing regular news. This is the comic show. Yeah, Chris Pratt was a comedian. You know, he was on Parks and Rec, so he's got much better comedic timing. They made Thor into a goofball. Yeah, what they did with him in Endgame was stupid. So I don't like it when they try and get cutesy with stuff, that Disney-fying everything. Sometimes you can have a superhero movie and it not be overly silly. So I don't know. All right, well, let them remake Cocoon. Then I won't care. Yeah, because that Cocoon sucked to begin with. So let them remake that shit, or On Golden Pond, or some other bullshit movie I don't give a fuck about. He could get Captain Janeway to play Katharine Hepburn's part and be like, man, Chakotay, man, through the whole fucking thing, and I won't care. Take the helm, Chakotay. It's old people sex, fuck that. So I think we're going to wrap it up here. Monkey in the Morning's probably going to go live at some point. I don't think he's sent me the link yet, but I haven't checked Twitter for the past like 2 hours. Probably longer than that, actually. So we'll probably be doing that at some point. Voyager's on right now. The time travel show? I loved that show when I was a kid, but watching it now was that was very historically inaccurate. Yeah, exactly, Frosted. Hemsworth has good comedic timing. He has good comedic sense, but he's in bad movies that aren't comedies. Or, things like Thor, that's kind of a half comedy because it's all Disney-fied weird shit. And that Ghostbusters movie was just fucking retarded. I mean, it was developmentally delayed. I didn't watch What If yet. I'm going to watch it tonight and probably talk about it on Friday. I've heard really bad things, and the art looks like trash. Updated Dick Tracy could be good. They could get Charlie Kirk to play Smallface or Big Head. But yeah, Dick Tracy, I'd probably watch that. The Warren Beatty one was really fun. I like that movie. I know a lot of people don't, but it really kind of fit the Dick Tracy theme and the 4-color look. So I'd rather just watch that, I guess. I'm not even a big Warren Beatty fan, but I did like that movie. Oh, Red Dawn. The remake Red Dawn was such a disappointment. Scribe hated What If? Yeah, I'm not surprised. What channel is Star Trek on now? I don't know. Yeah, if they ever redo Star Trek and want to do it without Alex Kurtzman's dirty little fingers poking at it, they should get Vic Mignogna to do Star Trek Continues. And just let him film it in his garage or wherever he's got that set. Because I would rather he do it than a lot of whatever the trash they're making now is. And he could do it on a fit the budget. They'll redo Gone with the Wind, just wait, and it'll be more of the same kind of trash. So, yeah, more of the same. All right, we're going to wrap it up there. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. I really appreciate that. Thanks for all the thumbs ups. I definitely appreciate that. That helps quite a bit in the algorithm. And thanks for chatting with me. And I enjoy these shows. It's a lot of fun to interact with you guys. And hopefully you guys like the show. But thanks for coming out. Thanks for the donations or the tips. That's really awesome. It really helps out quite a bit. And hopefully we'll see you on Friday or on Monkey in the Morning. Or whenever I decide to do another rando stream. But as always, thanks for coming out, and hopefully we will see you on the next one. Have a great night, everybody.